Good morning, students. Today we are going to start chapter 5 Coal and Petroleum. And topics to be covered in this chapter are natural resources, fossil fuels, limitation of fossil fuels, conservation of natural resources. So, let's start with natural resources. What do you mean by the natural resources? Natural resources means the resources which exist in nature and they are very useful for us. They have some utility for us and can be used to satisfy our needs. Most of them are wonderful source of energy, okay, and they cannot be created artificially. For example, sunlight, air, water, soil, trees and forest, wildlife, coal, petroleum, natural gas and minerals, all are the natural resources. Though they all are present in nature, but some of them are present in limited quantity and some are present in unlimited quantity. So, on the basis of availability, they are classified into renewable and non-renewable resources. Now, what do you mean by the renewable resources? Renewable resources are unlimited. They do not get over. They are not finished. Once they are finished, they can be renewed themselves. Okay. And as they are unlimited, they are also called inexhaustible resources. For example, air, water, sunlight, etc. Now, next one is non-renewable resources. So, just opposite of the renewable resources, non-renewable resources are limited in nature and they cannot be renewed. For example, coal. Once we burn coal and utilize the heat energy in some way, we just lost that amount of coal. We cannot use it again. And the next stock of coal to get formed takes millions of years. So, they are exhaustible or non-renewable resources. Okay. Now, since they are limited, they are also called exhaustible resources. For example, coal, petroleum, forest, minerals, etc. On the basis of the origin of resources, they can also be classified as biotic and abiotic. Biotic resources are derived from the living organisms, for example, forest and animals, and abiotic resources are derived from the non-living world. Example, land, water, sunlight, and air. Okay. Now, the next topic is fossil fuels. What are the fossil fuels? When we talk about exhaustible resources, the first resource that strikes in our mind is fossil fuel. So, anything which is formed from dead plants and animals are called fossils. Since they act as fuels, hence they are called fossil fuels. Now, what do you mean by the fuels? Any substance which when burned releases large amount of energy in the form of heat and light is called fuel. So what are the fossil fuels? Fossil fuels are formed by the natural decomposition of buried dead plants and animals under extreme heat and pressure over millions of years. They are energy rich. There are three major forms of fossil fuels: coal, petroleum or crude oil, and natural gas. And in this lesson, we will discuss about coal, petroleum and natural gas in detail one by one. Okay. So let's start with coal. This is the first fossil fuel. And coal is the world's most abundant fossil fuel. I think you all would have seen the coal. How it looks? It is a hard, black colored rock like substance. And it is made up of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen and varying amounts of sulfur. So we can say coal is a mixture of all these elements: carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen and sulfur. Okay. Now the most interesting part, how the coal was formed. As we know, coal is a fossil fuel. So it was formed from trees and plants. Actually, it is a short story. Several years ago, there were a lot of area which were covered with dense forest. Now, due to some reason like flood, what happened was all these dense forest, all the trees, plants, herbs, shrubs, all were under the water. So, floods buried dense forest under soil. Now, when they got buried, they died, they uprooted, and they went under the soil. Now, over a period of time, more and more soil got deposited over them. Slowly, big rocks, stones, more soil got deposited over the dead plants and trees. So, these dead plants basically getting compressed, they were getting squeezed, and all the water which was present with dead plants, they were started getting released. Now, at the same time, these dead plants were also going deep inside the earth. So the temperature and pressure were also increasing because this was going deep inside the earth, means going near the core. And as we know, the temperature and pressure increases as we go towards the core. Now, due to this high temperature and pressure, these dead remains converted into coal, and this process is very slow. Now, the gradual process of conversion of dead vegetation into coal is called carbonization, and the period during which this process of coal formation takes place is called Carboniferous age. Okay. Now, as carbon is the main constituent of coal, so when it burns in air, it reacts with oxygen present in air and form carbon dioxide gas. So, reaction is carbon plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide gas. Now, the next topic is types of coal. Coal primarily contains carbon. Depending upon the varying percentage of carbon contained, there are four main types of coal: peat, anthracite, bituminous, and lignite. Actually, what happened during the formation of coal? First, the wood of dead plants and tree gets converted into peat. This is the first type of coal. Now, if the coal formation process is continued for a long years, then the peat is not removed and it is allowed to be there only for many years. Then peat gets converted into lignite. And further compression resulted in the formation of bituminous coal. Means after some time lignite gets converted into bituminous coal, and even further compression resulted in the formation of anthracite. Means bituminous coal gets converted into anthracite. So these are the stages actually. First is peat, second is lignite, third is bituminous coal, and fourth one is anthracite. Now in all four types, anthracite is the best. It is the highest quality of coal, which means that it has a highest heating value and highest carbon content. 96% carbon present in the anthracite. It is a very hard, deep black and looks almost metallic because it is brilliantly glossy, and it is used mainly for heating as a fossil fuel in steam engines and furnaces. Okay. Now in the next lecture we will discuss about destructive distillation of coal. Okay. Now thank you. Have a nice day.